Hello everyone and welcome back to another reaction to Classroom of the Elite Season 3, Episode 12. Well, last episode we finished up our final exam of Year 1 and it ended with an Ayano Koji defeat, but it wasn't without a bunch of caveats in there. Obviously the acting chairman was very hands-on when it came to screwing Ayano Koji out of the chess match win against Sakai Nagi. And ultimately that led him to losing his get out of jail free card with the whole free protection point from being expelled. But alas, Sakai Nagi wins the match technically, but in the post match that they had afterwards, she realized that yeah, he would have won if they actually got to play fairly. And ultimately, it seems like going forward, at least when it comes to fighting the current acting chairman, Sakai Nagi seems like she's kind of going to be an ally going forward. They kind of had that talk at the end there where everything was a little more friendly. They kind of told each other their history, or Sakai Nagi at least specifically told her the history of how she knew Ayano Koji, knew about the White Room and everything. And yeah, I mean, due to that whole situation with the chairman, I mean, she's going to want a little bit of revenge too, I'd say, on him for the crap he pulled. Obviously, getting her dad kicked out of the job for one, and then also the whole part where he literally kicked her cane out from under her. So yeah, that guy's not making any friends right now, and I'm looking forward to her and Ayano Koji probably knocking him off his high pedestal. But other than that, I mean, we didn't see any of the results between the other final exam between Class B Ichinose and Class D Ryuen, so maybe we'll see what actually happened with that going forward. And other than that, it seems like we're about to wrap up the first year of the school year. So going to be interesting to see how it goes. So let's get into it and find out. There'll be two versions of this reaction. There'll be the timer-based version once I got your own video player to that. Or if you want to stay on this video, there'll be a smaller version of my own video player on the other side of the screen for you. Without further ado, let's get into Classroom of the Elite Season 3, Episode 12. Change your desires rather than the order of the world. Well, it doesn't seem like Ayano Koji's doing much of that yet, but maybe he'll start. Maybe he'll start to be a little more human. I don't know, though. He's very good at manipulating. Oh, here we go. Graduation. Oh, big bro. Moving on to bigger and better things. Man, why are they so spread out?
南雲の横やりがあったにもかかわらず A クラスを維持したかやりがいのある3年間にしようと誓ったことを鮮明に覚えています競い合い切磋琢磨する中で数々の特別試験をくぐり抜け
He was a pretty good ally for us as well, so gonna be difficult next year without him being there. Especially when they have to deal with the current president, because he seems to be enjoying causing a lot of problems for everyone.
その勇姿は私たちの胸に深く刻まれていますこの学校で学んでいることはこの先宝となり役立つものになるであろうことをここに約束します今迷いの中にあるものを恐れず一歩踏み出すことで
So what happened? Ryuen and Ichinose are both still there, so what happened with that whole other exam?
来年そして2年後ここで答辞を述べる人にもきっと理解できる瞬間が訪れるでしょう3年間本当にありがとうございました卒業生代表堀北学
Oh, farewell. Oh, intro time. Big bro is moving on. Wonder where life is gonna take him. He survived the 3 years without getting expelled. And he was on top of the class for at least the last year and probably for all 3 years, I'd imagine, with how capable he is. So yeah, I mean, are we gonna learn about the whole Ryuin and Ichinose fight or not? I mean, Ryuin's still there, so that implies that he won because he would have been expelled otherwise. Because they said the losing captains get the expulsion. He didn't have a protection point. Are they just completely glossing over that, or are they gonna maybe tell us after this whole graduation ceremony stuff?
さて、明日の終業式の前に簡単に今学期の総括をしておく。まず
A
は
year
最
in
終特
review,
別試験
one expulsion.
A クラス相手に善戦したと評価しておこう。1年前、入学してきたばかりのお前たちとは大きく見違えた。
けど先生、俺たちまた D クラスに落ちるんですよ。
So they went back to class D, which means, yeah, that the Ryuin had to win and then move them up.
D クラスに落ちることにはなったが、お前たちは1年間で見違えるほど成長した。年間を通してクラスポイントの増減では一番ポイントを増やした。
そんなに褒められると逆に怖えな。
Hey, you did actually good stuff.
何もない。だが、成長したのは他のクラスも同じだ。
We've at least decreased the gap between everyone.
お前たちがまた上のクラスに上がれるかどうかは、これからも日々たゆまぬ努力を続けていくかにかかっている。今日はこれから
Now, how does summer break work at this school? That was the other question.
学校の一日に変わりはないことを忘れるな。
最終試験は苦戦したみたいね。龍炎くんの作戦にまんまとやられたって感じ。結果は B クラスの完敗。
They got their ass kicked then.
不良を訴える生徒が多かったと聞いたわ。間違いなく龍炎くんの罠だった。でも一番の敗因は最後まで気持ちを立て直せなかった司令塔の私。
Ryuin was confident the whole time. Yeah, it's gonna be tough to beat him in physical fighting. So that moved them back up to Class C.
今回のことを戒めにしたいの。どういうこと？もしこれが2年や3年の大事な時に起こったなら、どれだけ窮地に追い込まれていたかわからない。でも今なら大丈夫。そう。それならよそのクラスの私が余計なことを言う必要はないわね。堀北さんたちはいい勝負だったんだって。
Well, we would have won if it wasn't for some cheating by the head chairman himself.
そのことなんだけど、率直に言って来年度からは協力関係を解消させてもらいたいの。多分そう提案が来るんじゃないかなって思ってた。
Making it a true free-for-all once again.
うまく関係を維持することはできるんじゃないかな。例えばクラスポイントの差がもっと詰まった時にまた。私は来年度 B クラス以上になることを確実な目標にする。
Which means we gotta step over you guys too.
そして A クラスを抜き去るためにポイントも射程圏内に捉えるつもりよ。本気なんだね。救いようのなかった私たちに協力関係を持ちかけてくれた一ノ瀬さんには感謝してるわ。2年生からは明確な敵同士だね。 B クラスも全力で行くから。
A friendly fight then, for now at least. We'll see if it stays that way once the fighting actually gets started.
謝恩会には行くのか。
兄さんに会いに行くのかという問いならそのつもりはないわ。
話せるようになったと思ってたんだが。
あなたには関係ないでしょ。
うん。俺は会いに行く。
Huh.
何か問題でもあるのか？
別に。あなたが
But
リュウ
now,
さんと会うのは自由よ。
now she's wondering what's going on with that. Might have to poke her nose into that business.
やるべきことをやっておくか。
Oh, what's that mean?
僕は不正疑惑を受けて今は謹慎中の身。月城理事長代理を止められるとは思えない。
相手の戦略に合わせて動けば、結果的に学校全体に騒動が広がるかもしれません。
彼に対抗できる後ろ盾が欲しいということか。それなら真島先生が適任だろう。学校内は監視カメラで溢れている。階段のセッティングは僕に任せてくれ。
ありがとうございます。では、
最後に一つ聞いてもいいかな。
So,
君は普通の生活を夢見てこの学校に来てくれたけど、
not working out too well so far.
このことは考えているのかな。
俺の運命は決まっています。卒業後元の場所に戻り、そこで指導者としての道を進むことになるでしょう。
君も運命を受け入れた上で今ここにいるんだね。
だからこそ、この3年間を守り通すつもりでいます。
君にとってこの学校が生涯忘れることのない。
I hope it doesn't end that tragically for him in the end. Maybe I'll be able to break out of it in the next 2 years. Now it's time to have a private conversation.
失礼します。
坂柳理事長からの通達に加え、謝恩会直前の密会。よほどのことなんだろうな。
お前も思い切ったことをしたものだ。平穏な生活を送りたいんじゃなかったのか？
Well,
月城理事長代理
things have changed.
重要な話です。
一体何を言っている。
坂柳理事長の謹慎と最終特別試験の勝敗がすべて月城理事長代理により仕組まれたものだとしたら、
Nagi's liking this.
まだ完全に信じきったわけじゃないが、もし事実なら見過ごすことはできない。
しかし、真島先生は最終特別試験のルール違反で
Damn, what a dick.
減給を言い渡されたばかりでしょう。ルール違反で減給？ B クラスと D クラスの柔道対決。D クラスの選抜生徒は山田アルベルトだった。
なるほど。そのまま対戦していたら大きな事故につながったでしょうね。
だから真島先生は独断で不先輩のジャッジをした。
Trying to protect the students then?
理事長代理は気に入らなかったのだろう。
教師の裁量は許さないということか。
生徒にとって危険と判断すれば止める。
Well, this teacher definitely has integrity then. That's why the original chairman trusts him so much.
真島先生が首を縦に振ったのなら、私も協力しよう。
交渉成立といったところでしょうか。私もひとまずは綾野浩二君の。
So she is gonna be an ally, in this fight at least.
もちろん理事長代理を排除するまでの
Yeah.
間だけですが。A クラス
Get rid of that guy and get her dad back.
いつでも容赦なく叩き潰します。
そうか。
そろそろ謝恩会が始まる。まずは生徒のお前たちが出るんだ。こっちは後でバラバラに退出する。まったく厄介な問題を持ち込まれたものだな。
月城理事長代理を排除して、それで終わることなの。
Probably not completely.
どういうことだ？
その後、次の資格が送り込まれない保証はないだろう。そうなれば、 綾小路個人の問題から飛び火し、学年全体、場合によっては学校全体に悪影響を及ぼす。
I would not put it past Ayano Koji's dad at all.
願わくば俺の予感が当たらないことを期待する。
No,
そうだな。
it probably will. How fancy. Living the high life today.
やっぱり来たんだな。
Showed up anyway.
いけない。
以前のままのお前だったら来てなかったんじゃないかと思ってな。
そうかしら。私は私よ。何も変わっていないわ。
That's a lie. You've changed a lot in this first year.
A クラスで卒業できなくても卒業できたことは嬉しいものなんだな。
夢への近道が叶わなくても自力で切り開くことはできるからじゃないかしら。
言ってくればいい。妹としての特権を使ってこい。
And talk to him. Give her the push she needs.
今私が兄さんの元に駆け寄るのはとても不自然。いえ、不純物よ。
Just do it.
弱気になってるわけじゃない。兄さんが過ごした3年間を見てみようと思ったからここに来たの。帰るわ。もうやるべきことは済んだもの。
Boo.
あなたは？
俺はもう少しここに残る。
そう。それじゃ。
So is Ayano Koji gonna get some advice from Mr. Horikita?
俺を待っていたのか。
あんたと話す機会もこれで最後になるかもしれないと思って。
鈴音は帰ったようだな。
Indeed.
ひとまずあんたの3年間を目に焼き付けていった。悪かったな。生徒会の件でもう少し動いてやればよかったかもしれない。
お前に頼みがある。
Oh.
俺は31日に学校を去る。鈴音にその日の正午、正門で待つと伝えてくれ。
Interesting.
自分で伝えた方がいいんじゃないか。
お前からうまく伝えてほしい。あいつは素直になれない可能性があるからな。
Wonder what that's gonna be all about. Are we gonna fast forward right to that then? Looks like it. Everyone's packing up. Time to go say goodbye at noon?
1年で私は自分の成長を見せることができなかった。このまま別れてしまっていいの？今の私は兄さんだけを追いかけ続けていたとても愚かな妹。偽物。私は偽物だ。私が本当に兄さんに見てもらいたかったものは。
Ayano Koji, you better show up to snap her out of this rut. She's got too much self-doubt right now.
ありがとう、偽物。そして紛れもない本当の私。
This looks like the meeting spot. I don't see a Susan, I see an Ayano Koji. The stare down as he walks to him.
あいにくと妹はまだだ。
そうか。綾小路、お前はどうして自らの才能を隠すように過ごしている？
単純に目立つのが好きじゃないからだろうな。
He works from the shadows.
学校生活を送ることは本当に有意義なことなのか。お前も何かを残すためにこの学校に来たんじゃないのか。
何かを残す。それはあんたのような眩しい人間にしかできないことだ。
もし学校に対して何も残すことができないのなら生徒たちに残せばいい。
I got him
綾
thinking.
小路清隆という生徒がいたという記憶を刻まれた生徒たちは生涯忘れることはないだろう。妹のことお前には感謝している。だがその程度で終わる男じゃないことは理解できた。だからこそ失望させてくれるんだ。
You better live on in infamy at this school.
それでいい。答えはお前が導き出すものだ。そろそろ行くことにしよう。すまないな、最後まで迷惑かけて。
妹に一度連絡した方がいいんじゃないか。
いや、俺の一時の感情が妹の成長を阻害するかもしれない。一方的な願いになるが、スズメのことはお前に任せた。
Leave with a handshake. Reciprocated. Very good.
また会おう、綾小路。
It's been a pleasure, good sir. Suzune? There she is. She showed up after all. 'She cut her hair.
遅くなってしまってすみません。
変われたようだな。
I'd say. Wearing an outfit I wouldn't expect from her either.
いや、あの頃のお前に戻れたんだな、スズメ。
1年、いいえ、何年もかかってしまいました。
I kind of like the long hair more, I'm going to be honest. Maybe it'll grow on me. But since we only got one episode left of this season, I don't have much time for it to grow on me.
そして
Have to wait for season 4 for that.
この学校で仲間と共に学んでいきます。
やっと本当に昔のお前に戻ったということだな。
Send him off with a smile.
お前を突き放した一番の理由が何だかわかるか。
いえ、
お前は俺という幻影にとらわれた。そのことがどうしても許せなかった。
You gotta be your own person.
お前はもう大丈夫だ。それを今確信した。他者に強くあれ。そして優しくあれ。
はい。
俺も謝罪しなければならない。昔、長い髪が好きだと言ったのは嘘だ。
He likes the short hair.
短い髪型を好んでいたお前が真に受けるかどうか確かめるために嘘をついてしまった。
She did.
許せ。
Aww. They finally had a real bonding moment.
その嘘のおかげで、きっと今があると思いますから。
スズメ、俺はお前のことを大切に思っている。2年後、正門の外でお前を待っている。成長したお前を見せてもらう。
はい。精一杯。
Looking forward to it.
最後まで戦い抜いてきます。
また会おう。
はい。
This feels like an ending, man, but we got one more episode still in this season. Wonder what that's gonna be all about. We're done with this episode. I'm pretty sure there was one more episode left. I don't think I misread that when I put this on, but either way, felt like a finale. More of a setup for, somewhat of a setup for the next season / the next year of the school, because it sounds like we're going to be in year 2 going forward, since we're doing all of our graduation stuff right then. Even this ending that we're getting, it's like we're just having flashbacks all the way from season 1. It's like the full Susanoo story, like from beginning to where we are now. All right. So that was Classroom of the Elite Season 3, Episode 12, and year 1 for us, and graduation for the third years is officially over, and time to move on to bigger and better things. We got to see a lot about Horikita's big brother Manabu and his graduating, and he had his speech. Everyone was saying, glad glad to have met you all these years and known you all these years, but it's time for him to move on to greener pastures, and we'll see where life takes him from here because we still got 2 more years in our school days, so we'll probably see him again at some point, I'd imagine, and we'll see what he is doing with his life at that point and how he's going to help out Susanne going forward, possibly. And it's going to make this next year very interesting too because he was kind of the main guy that was holding back that the new student council president from doing all of his crazy expulsion ideas and just being an overall kind of nasty guy. So now that he's going to be the big man on campus as a third year, it's going to be hard to contain him, and we'll see how that works out. But yeah, graduation is over. We did get to hear about the results and somewhat see the results from the Class B versus current Class D as they were. And yeah, Ryuen got the better of Ichinose in Class B, and I don't know exactly what sort of stunts he pulled, but nonetheless, they got the win, and that moved them back up to Class C, and moved us back down to being Class D once again. So we'll have to start the second year back where we started, but the teacher said at the end there, like the gap has decreased significantly, so we're going to be a lot closer to moving up this year than we were last year. And, with how good of a leader Susan has become, especially, she got the seal of approval from her brother at the end there should be plenty of room for improvement, I'd imagine. And we'll see how it goes. I mean, year 2 is going to be interesting because, I mean, I'm pretty sure we got one more episode left of this season. We'll see how that sets everything up. But also we had the big news with Ayano Koji this episode, and that was basically creating the alliance with Sakaya Nagi as well as the teachers from Class A, Mashima, I think his name was. And it seems like they're all going to help him out, try to take down this current acting chairman and bring back Sakaya Nagi's father to be the chairman. We'll see how that all goes down. I mean, obviously, he's trying to help out a little bit too because Ayano Koji called him up, and that's how they set up that whole meeting to begin with. But either way, yeah, we're going to be working somewhat with Sakaya Nagi, and hopefully we're going to be able to knock this guy down. And going forward, like the Mashima guy said, I mean, that's even if they take this guy out, how many more is Ayano Koji's dad going to send to try to get him back into the White Room? Because, yeah, it's a bad thing. And Ayano Koji even said on the phone, too, how even with the um, trying to live a normal life at the school currently, it's still going to be kind of his future afterwards doesn't seem all, all like, what am I trying to say? Like, all nice and happy and, full of joy and freedom. It seems like he's going to go back to being in the crap stuff that he was in the first place. So hopefully that'll change in these next 2 years. Maybe they'll be able to take down his dad entirely, and that'll allow Ayano Koji to finally have true freedom. But either way, we'll have to wait and see what happens next time. Probably this last episode we'll get a little bit more, and then next season, whenever that comes out, hopefully it comes out at all, and it'll be a good time. But either way, that's all I got for you for this episode. So with that, thank you everyone for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed and want to see more. This has been Classroom of the Elite Season 3, Episode 12, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.